Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the comments to see what you've been writing under the videos. So let's get straight into it. Fibo says, thanks for a great content. By looking at KDA USDT chart, is it considered a head and shoulders pattern or gigantic descending triangle? How do you know if it's a good time for a short trade? This is the secret. You're asking for the secret sauce. So if we look at KDA, I think it's Kadena. If I'm not wrong, yes sir, this is a head and shoulders. Shabais, you got there. Yes, this is a head and shoulders, and we have already broke out from the support. Ta-da! And we're on our way down. So there you go. More likely than not, there could be more downside. Again, I can't say for sure. But again, we are very severely oversold, which means that potentially there could be a reversal coming on for KDA against USD. Potentially. But again, we're still under the skinny pink line, so we respect the skinny pink line. We respect the trend. So as long as the trend is still bearish, we remain with our bearish bias for Kadena. So yeah, I think more likely than not, there should be more downside for Kadena. Next would be, I hope it answers your question. Geek says, I remember when we took the trade of ENJ. So yeah, join us if you have yet to consider joining us. Where is this? Reese says, apparently if you private videos, it can affect your algorithm. Just keep that in mind. Okay, but privated videos are not meant to be searched. So, I don't know. Anyway, Tariq says, what's your settings for your escaping climb indicator? I think you mean skinny pink line, right? It's the 314 moving average. It's just a simple moving average. Maro says, I like the idea of reviewing leaders of every category of coins instead of the plain top 50. Yes, sir. So that's why we've been looking at meme coins, NFT coins, and we were looking at BNB coins as well. So there you go. Angelo says, I'm time for what? There's zero adoption in the space. They are doing fine. These kids just want to get rich quick. FOH. Rude. Bonbon says, what do you mean next coin? You say it on some crypto like Solana. What I meant was, Bonbon, is that we move on to the next coin, which means that we don't dwell in the current coin, which means that if you look at the charts and if there is nothing on the charts next the coin, which means that you just move next. You just move on with the coin, right? If you're doing technical analysis, you look at Bitcoin. If there's nothing, you move on to Ethereum. Nothing, you just keep moving on. Of course not, but you just keep moving on until you see something, right? So yeah, and you will find it. And yeah, that's it. You're looking for opportunities, right? So yeah, that's how it is. Trading is not really that easy. There's also a lot of work that goes into it, right? Trading, when you put in the order to buy, and then after that, if it goes up and you sell, there's just like, I think 5% of the work. 95% of the work is actually done before you put in your order. You must be able to identify the opportunity before pulling the trigger. So yeah, there's a lot of work though. Anyway, Fibo says, do you think must be bearish? Yeah, so I think I answered you. Barola said, yes, it is due to the recession risk. I suspect that US is already in a recession and there could be a soft landing just by looking at the S&P 500, right? I feel like there could be a rally towards the upside coming on for the S&P 500. The stocks are looking pretty good though, to be honest. Again, if you just ignore this, right, and you cut through this, right, you cut through. Normally you shouldn't do this, but if let's say, let's just assume, right, we cut through it. This could be a left shoulder, whole thing could be a head, and this could already be a right shoulder. And we are hanging around at the resistance line, about to break out. What do you think? Right? We've also sneaked out of the skinny pink line, and we're consolidating above the skinny pink line. So there could be something like this, right? So of course I could be wrong, and things could also collapse, but it feels to me like the direction is up, right? The only, in my opinion, risk factor that could come for the S&P 500 collapsing is if World War III starts. That's the only thing. Not just the S&P 500. Everything is going to collapse. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be a super high volatile event if World War III starts. There are going to be some what do you call risk factors involved, So you gotta be very, very attentive to what is happening in the world, to read the news. So yeah, there you go. There you freaking go. Or some other Black Swan event, right? Maybe it's not World War III, it could be something else. Again, well, I'm not entirely sure myself. So we are going to have to proceed with things one step at a time. So yeah, there you freaking go. Thank you very much, Rolla, for answering FIBO. All right, let's take a look at what are the top coins that has been rising or dropping. What do you think? What do you think, the gainers and losers? Yes, sir. Let's look at the gainers and losers in CoinGecko. Let's do it. VEED, shall we? Wait, this is top 1,000. 24 hours. Okay, let's look at the past 7 days. 24 hours is too quick for me. 7 days is better because you will have more information, right? 7 days. Some coins may have just been listed 3 days ago. And if you look at it, 24 hours, you don't really have much information to go on with, right? So let's go. WEX. WEX. USDT. Oh, it's on Gate. Gate is shitcoin central. Anyway, for WEX against USDT, yeah, it's too... still unpredictable, right? Again, you can argue that this was a symmetrical triangle that came in, an A, B, C, D, E, right? A, B, C, D, E, boom! But would you have gone into WEX? No. Just by looking at the volume, and look at how uniform the volume is throughout the days. It's clearly botted. So, yep, nope. Absolutely not. Moving on would be, so that's why it's very important to stay in the top coins. 600 versus number 6, right? Or versus 16 or 26. That's why normally when I do TA, I keep it to the top 50 because there's much less scammy coins, right? And you have more coins with proper volatility, proper liquidity in the top 50, top 40, you know, top 10 is obviously the best. So moving on, 0x0 USDT. Okay, not USDT, maybe WETH. Yes, sir. Yeah, how in the world do you trade this, right? I mean, of course, you can always drop down to the small time frames. Yes, sir, this is an ABCDE squeeze. You see this, right? Broke out, retest. This was a hard retest. And then that's it. Sayonara. And 0x0 AI has been respecting the skinny pink line over here, right? As long as the trend is bullish, you remain with a bullish bias. So yeah, you hold on to your coin until you see big selling coming on, right? Because the whales are pushing the price higher. How much higher is it? Are they gonna push it? I don't know. It's already 15,000% up. So yeah, but there's very low liquidity, so they can't sell off their bags, you see. Hopefully an exchange will list a 0x0, so the whales will probably shift their coins to the exchange and sell off to, you know, people, right? So that's 0x0 for you. LX, let's look at LX. LX, USDT. Okay, is this the one? I think so. Let's check out here. Let's look at Gecko. Do you have Gecko terminal? Nope. So how do you? Yeah, you don't. You can't. It's very difficult. LX with LX Rep BNB. Looks like it's LX USDT. PancakeSwap? No. LX USDT on Maxi. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything much, so we can't go on with LX, right? I think we'll just do 5 on the left, top gainers, and 5 on the right as top losers, right? VEED, let's go. VEED USDT on KuCoin. Let's zoom out to the bigger time frames. Yeah, kind of out of the skinny pink line, convincingly out of it. Are we gonna stay above it, consolidate, continue higher? Maybe, but it's a very low liquidity coin. You can tell that there are bots as well. So again, you can argue that this is maybe some sort of a symmetrical that we broke out from. So yeah, again, there's just nothing much for us to work with for VEED. So I'd be careful about rushing into anything. marumaruNFT. MARU with Rep BNB. Okay, it's here. Okay, now tell me, how in the world do you trade MARU? Of course you can't, right? The whales are holding MARU, and MARU has really risen tremendously, right? 400% from top to bottom, 300%. This is even crazier. 1,002, 400, 300. How do you trade this? Right, make an entry over here. That's suicide. Short here, you don't even know how much higher it's gonna go. So next, you just next Maru. What is this? FIEF. The kind of coins that you come across. FIEF. What is this? WETH. What? USDC. FIEF. With. Okay, this is so you see, as a technical analyst, you go through all these kind of coins. There's no Gecko terminal for. You got to next the coin, right? LX with next, LX with next, FIEF, right? We did for tomiNET. Oh my god, Tomi USDT. Please tell me it's on Gate. Yeah, this is on Gate. How do you trade Tomi? You don't. You can't. You may argue this is a broadening wedge. Do you trade this? I don't know, as a rising channel of sorts. Yeah, nope. I don't think there's anything for Tomi. So we move on to the top losers. WOJAK. Oh my god, WOJAK has been down ever since getting listed on Gate. Yeah, so previously we did talk about WOJAK because WOJAK showed similarities to Pepe, right? Because WOJAK formed, look at this, high quality A, B, C, D, E, blast off. It just blasted off. And after it blasted off, do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? Yeah, we got a head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, collapse. Right, top to bottom. How much do we collapse? 87%. That's crazy stuff, right? On the 1 hour, right? We already have the skinny pink line on the 1 hour, not on the daily, obviously. So we are closing in to the symmetrical triangle. There is the possibility that this whole symmetrical triangle could be like a right shoulder. You know, this whole thing could be a head. If you get a right shoulder, WOJAK could collapse even lower, right? And even if let's say we hit here and we don't take out these lows, right? There is that possibility that WOJAK might just bounce around the skinny pink line. As the skinny pink line comes down, we might get a descending triangle. Boom! We fall even lower, right? You can see there is a proper selling pressure for WOJAK. So yeah, it's not good, right? So this is what you call lessons in history, right? A squeeze, blasted off. This is the top of the head and shoulders, right? So there you go. There you freaking go. This is how you identify chart patterns. And once you see things going in your favor, you make a move. Radicle. Let's get red. Red USDT. Oh, it's on Binance. Anything for... No, yeah. So look at this, right? Just because it blasted off doesn't mean it can get pulled back down. Look at the selling pressure that came in, right? Look at the wicks over here. The wick is really a very good sign that there is tremendous selling pressure, right? Long wicks at the top. So yeah, you just got pulled back down towards the skinny pink line. I wouldn't recommend making moves for red, not at this point of time. So yeah, there you go. AIDOGE. Let's look at AIDOGE USDT. Is it on Gate? Yes, sir. Gate lists all the shit coins. Okay, even AIDOGE had a squeeze coming on, right? This isn't exactly as high quality as Pepe or WOJAK, but it still came, right? Value 1, value 2, boom, we broke out, right? After we broke out, yeah, we just kept dropping lower. We even dropped to where the breakout was for AIDOGE. So things are just not really looking that good. But I can count 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be a rally soon. But again, we're very... this is not a good place to be doing rallies. Sure, we could drop a little bit more, right? But if we rally, I expect us to hit some resistance at the skinny pink line. All right. Again, this whole thing could be a big descending triangle in the making. That could be pulled so much lower. So you have to be very, very careful, right? If you look at it on the daily, right? This is scary. On the weekly, it's even scarier, right? 2 big red body candlesticks. There's not much for us to work with, right? But I would not be recommending, putting on trades towards the long side for AIDOGE. Things just aren't really looking that good. So be very, very careful. Bob. Let's look at Bob with. Is it on Gate? No. Bob. with. Let's look at on Uniswap. Okay, let's look at Bob token. I think it's probably on Gecko Terminal live chart. Yes, sir. It's on Gecko Terminal. This is CoinGecko's own charting thingy. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's turn it to logarithmic. So you see this? Do you see this, boys and girls? This whole thing could be a head and shoulders. You see that? I mean, of course, if you do rally, right, no guarantees. We could just slice through, right? But if you do rally over here, watch out for the right shoulder, right? This could be very dangerous. Oh no, but this is a lower low. Okay, so it's not. So yeah, there's just nothing much for us to go on with for Bob. Right, any tradable? Yeah, no. Even for Bob, you can argue that this is maybe something like a symmetrical triangle, very low quality. Could be some sort of a symmetrical triangle, but I don't think it's it you know hit targets. We probably have some targets over here that could be unhit. So yeah, Bob is weak. It's just weak, so I would not be recommending putting on trades for Bob. I wouldn't be doing anything. So yeah, there we go. ECOX. What's ECOX? Oh, it's on Gate. Gate really is shitcoin central. Look at this. Look at the collapse. Right. So this was crazy stuff. Real crazy stuff. ECOX, is it on? Okay, it's not here. Could you have predicted this? No. You could argue that this was something like a descending triangle, right? You can just pull it out. Yeah, something like that with a support, you know, right over here. Right, but yeah, I would not be taking trades like this. This is just oh my god. Yeah. So it's not really looking that good. But ECOX. It's just, yeah, it's just bad. Alright, boys and girls. I guess that's it for today's Crypto TA. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Ta-ta!